It's 45 days now. Long days.
Erica Embry and Charles Lewis Sr. have been anxiously searching for their daughter, who's been missing since April.
Danielle, she's 15 years old. She's very smart.
When she's not returning any calls, any texts or anything, that's what made it real scary.
For Minnesota family Joyce and Peter Hayden, a different nightmare involving their daughter.
Taylor, when she was taken from us, was 25. She went on a girls' trip to Atlanta, and she was grabbed and used as a human shield. There were 2 bullets fired. She was killed.
Her killer has never been found. Now, Minnesota has passed a bill to create an office for missing and murdered Black women and girls, the first of its kind in the nation. The office will investigate cold cases and reopen suspicious cases that were never solved. Representative Ruth Richardson sponsored the bill.
Minnesota this year has the largest contingent of legislators of color that it's ever had. We all had a story that we could relate to families that are in this crisis. And I think it's just a real recognition of how important representation is.
In Minnesota, Black women make up only 7% of the population, but a state task force found that they represent 40% of domestic abuse victims and are nearly 3 times as likely to be murdered compared to white women.
When we find out that a Black girl or woman is missing, many people chalk it up to, well, they must have been doing something devious.
There's a crisis in our nation around missing and murdered Black women and girls.
Sawana Kirkland is the vice chair of the National Black Police Association and testified in favor of the office.
What current gaps in law enforcement will this office address?
It will establish best practices. It'll also create that bridge between families and law enforcement and communities around solving these cases.
But Embry says that collaboration needs a lot of improvement. She told us that she and several of the impacted families in Minnesota also experienced their concerns being brushed off or ignored by officers.
I just want them to bring my baby home. Anybody to bring her home.
Taylor's obviously gone. We can't bring her back. But we are really hopeful that because of this office, things like this will be greatly reduced.
So the office is slated to open in August, and Richardson says she hopes it will become a blueprint for the rest of the nation. As for Erica and Charles, they say they will continue to push for answers in the search for their daughter Danielle until she's found.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.